Chair will recognize the senator from Middlesex and Norfolk, Ms. Creem.
Thank you, Mr. President. I first want to thank the Senate President and her staff and her team for all the hard work that they did on this legislation and for having the foresight to push this kind of climate change. So thank you. I'd also like to thank our lead negotiator, Senator Barrett, for his and his staff's incredible work over the last 5 months to produce agreement on such a comprehensive bill. While I'm sure even he had his doubts that we would get to this point, he maintained his optimism and was driven by his passionate understanding that further reducing greenhouse gas emissions and moving from our dependence on fossil fuels is a critical step for Massachusetts to take in the nation and global fight to literally save our planet. He has asked me to talk about the gas information in this bill, which I thank him very much for going along with my requests, and they're all in there, and thank you, Senator Barrett. I'd also like to thank Senator O'Connor for his advocacy and pragmatic approach to ensuring a strong final product. And finally, it takes two parties to come to an agreement, and I'd like to thank the House compromise for continuing the dialogue and working to ensure that we put forth a comprehensive bill before us. And I want to publicly say that there was dialogue with members of the House committee, and I so appreciated their input. The bill's title, An Act Creating a Next Generation Roadmap for Massachusetts Climate Policy, gives an indication of how comprehensive it really is. From setting new emission standards to codifying the principles of environmental justice within our state's energy guidelines, to allowing our communities to serve as an incubator for new energy efficient policies by providing a local option stretch energy code. But I want to focus for a moment on the really groundbreaking items relating to natural gas. Natural gas is a fossil fuel marketed to consumers as a cleaner and therefore healthier than coal or oil. However, natural gas is a fossil fuel made mostly of methane, an extremely potent source of global warming when it penetrates the earth. This bill, for the first time, identifies natural gas as a sector that would be subject to limits on use and with mandated reductions over time. We also know and are learning more all the time about the dangers of natural gas at ground level. We have seen the horrendous damage it causes to residents and businesses in the Merrimack Valley, including the tragic loss of life. It also poses an ongoing and significant harm to trees on both public and private property. And we have seen the unwillingness of the gas companies to address significant but so-called not dangerous to life leaks that pollute the atmosphere. This bill will strengthen our gas safety laws and increase fines for violations. And for the first time, we direct the Department of Public Utilities to give equal weight to greenhouse gas reductions and systems safety with the consideration of affordability and stability of supply. By including natural gas as one of the high priority sectors included in this bill, natural gas distribution and service will be required to meet limits on greenhouse gas emissions, along with commercial, industrial, and residential heating and cooling. And this bill contains enabling language, permitting pilot programs by the gas utility companies to see whether they can transition to providing geothermal heat and cooling on a district-wide scale. For consumers, and those pilots will show whether and how to make this option cost-effective. And I, too, want to thank the members of HEAT and the other members who came together, Mothers Out Front, all the many activists that works with me when I first filed the Futures Bill, to make it clear we cannot turn our back on the problems of gas. And the bill imposes strong natural gas safety measures, including requiring new regulations relative to training and certifying utility contractors, new standards for maintaining gas distributions, maps, and records, and extended whistleblower protection to utility employees who report violations of law by their employers. These and other natural gas measures contained in this bill will protect public health and public safety while enabling us to lead on global warming policies. Finally, I want to thank my colleagues in the advocacy community for focusing our attention on the negative impacts of defining biomass to include fossil fuels, like wood, as it relates to municipal lighting plants. This bill places a 5-year moratorium on allowing such a definition and importantly requires investigation and study of this issue, which I will hope all future regulations of this controversial topic will come up. I was mostly concerned about this and so happy to see that we have this study. And I'm proud to have played a role in the work of this conference committee. And again, would like to thank you, Madam President, for your strong leadership and guidance as we move toward this resolution. And I hope you will all join me in supporting